Imagine being one of the most loved celebrities on earth, a man whose smile could light up a stadium, whose muscles became his signature, and whose work ethic was legendary. But what if I told you that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, yes, the same man who dominated WWE and Hollywood, is now facing the biggest downfall of his career? From superhero failures to fan fatigue, The Rock's seemingly unstoppable empire is starting to crumble. Let's uncover how The Rock just hit rock bottom. 1. The unstoppable rise of The Rock. Before understanding the fall, let's rewind to where it all began. Dwayne Douglas Johnson wasn't born a superstar. He came from humble beginnings, the son of wrestler Rocky Johnson and grandson of High Chief Peter Maivia. Wrestling was in his blood. But his journey wasn't easy. After a failed football career, Dwayne turned to wrestling, stepping into the WWE ring in 1996. He started as Rocky Maivia, a smiling babyface wrestler fans didn't quite accept. But when he transformed into The Rock, the cocky, charismatic, trash-talking powerhouse, everything changed. The Rock became the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. Every catchphrase, every eyebrow raise, every mic drop made history. Fans adored him. By the early 2000s, he was a global icon. But The Rock wasn't done yet. Hollywood soon came calling. His first big role in The Scorpion King made him the highest-paid first-time lead actor in film history. From there, he dominated with massive hits like Fast and Furious 5, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, and even family-friendly roles in Moana. For almost 2 decades, everything he touched turned to gold. He became more than an actor. He was a brand, a symbol of motivation, discipline, and success. But every empire eventually reaches its breaking point. 2. The Rock's overexposure problem. When you're everywhere, you stop feeling special. And that's exactly what started happening. Hollywood began overusing The Rock. Every year, he was in multiple films: Rampage, Skyscraper, Red Notice, Jungle Cruise, and more. At first, audiences loved it. But soon, a pattern emerged. No matter the movie, The Rock always played the same guy. The strong, invincible hero who never loses, never struggles, never changes. Fans began to joke that they could predict the entire plot just by looking at the poster. The Rock had turned into a walking formula. When Black Adam came along, he promised it would change the hierarchy of power in the DC universe. But instead of changing Hollywood, it exposed The Rock's biggest weakness. He had become predictable. 3. The Black Adam disaster. The turning point. Black Adam was supposed to be The Rock's legacy film, his defining moment as a superhero. He spent years hyping it up, building anticipation through interviews, gym posts, and massive PR campaigns. He claimed Black Adam would reshape DC forever, and even convinced Warner Brothers to bring back Henry Cavill's Superman for a cameo. But when the movie hit theaters, the results were disappointing. Critics called it dull and lifeless, audiences were underwhelmed, and box office returns barely broke even. Behind the scenes, reports revealed that The Rock had pushed his creative control too far. He wanted to make himself the center of the DC universe, even when the studio had other plans. When James Gunn took over DC, Black Adam was quietly scrapped, and Cavill's Superman return was canceled. The Rock's dream of building a superhero empire ended before it truly began. That failure didn't just hurt his image, it shattered the illusion that he was untouchable. 4. The ego problem and on-set tensions. The Rock had always been known as Hollywood's nicest guy, but slowly, cracks began to appear in that image. Reports from various film sets painted a different story. Crew members described him as difficult to work with, sometimes showing up late or refusing to shoot scenes that made his character look weak. He allegedly had ego clauses in contracts, meaning his character could never lose a fight or appear physically vulnerable. The feud with Vin Diesel during Fast and Furious 8 became legendary. The two stars reportedly refused to film together, and The Rock's public post calling out unprofessional behavior only added fuel to the fire. While The Rock eventually returned for a cameo in Fast X, the damage was already done. Fans began to question, had fame finally gone to his head? 5. Fans are losing connection. There was a time when fans saw The Rock as one of them, a humble, hardworking man who rose from nothing. But in recent years, that connection has faded. Every social media post feels overly polished. Gym videos, product promotions, tequila brand launches, or energy drink ads. It's more marketing than authenticity. People miss the relatable, funny, raw version of The Rock from the early days. When he returned to WWE earlier this year, many fans were thrilled. But others accused him of using wrestling to stay relevant whenever his Hollywood projects struggle. The movie came across as strategic, not heartfelt. The Rock, once loved for his authenticity, now feels more like a brand than a person. 6. Hollywood's changing landscape. The entertainment industry has evolved, and The Rock hasn't kept up. Audiences today want depth, originality, and emotional storytelling. Superhero fatigue has set in, and people are drawn to layered performances by actors like Cillian Murphy, Pedro Pascal, and Ryan Gosling. Meanwhile, The Rock continues to rely on old formulas: explosions, humor, and over-the-top strength. His refusal to take on serious or vulnerable roles has left him behind in a rapidly changing Hollywood. It's not that fans dislike him. They're just bored of seeing the same version of him over and over again. 7. The social media shift. Social media once made The Rock unstoppable. His charisma online was unmatched. But now, it's one of the main reasons fans are turning away. Every post feels too perfect, too corporate, too rehearsed. In a world where authenticity is currency, The Rock's over-curated image feels out of touch. Meanwhile, stars like Keanu Reeves, Zendaya, and Tom Holland thrive by being genuine and humble. Even memes that once celebrated The Rock now poke fun at his repetitive roles and motivational speech persona. The internet that once built his empire is now slowly dismantling it. 8. Financial setbacks and industry concerns. Behind the scenes, Hollywood insiders say studios are becoming cautious about betting big on The Rock-led projects. After Black Adam's underperformance, streaming platforms and production houses are rethinking budgets. His production company, $7 Productions, which once seemed unstoppable, has struggled to create major hits recently. Even sequels to Jungle Cruise and Red Notice have faced delays and uncertain futures. Meanwhile, younger stars like Chris Hemsworth, Jason Momoa, and Dave Bautista are bringing freshness to the same action genre The Rock once dominated, and the competition is fierce. 9. Can The Rock make a comeback? The big question is, can The Rock recover? If history tells us anything, it's that Dwayne Johnson is a fighter. He's faced rejection before, from losing his football dream to sleeping in a small apartment with $7 in his pocket. Each time, he rose higher. But to rise again, he needs to evolve. He has to move away from being a brand and start being a storyteller. Fans want to see him in roles that challenge him. Maybe a drama, maybe a flawed character, maybe even a villain. He has the talent and charisma, but what he needs now is vulnerability. Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe.